words, man. I just wanna be her for your mom to your pops to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curve like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Houston Texans. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Darnold. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. After the interception, here's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the counter, here's Bell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Darnold's throw on the money to Anderson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line. Darnold now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Flush to his right. That's complete. It's Bell. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
4 yards the pickup, first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 30. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Third down and 7.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. There he goes, left side. And it's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold. And Anderson's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Darnold. Gonna throw right side here, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on second down. Darnold.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Picked off here the 32. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Jackson on first down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off inside the 10.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 47 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hodges. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Jackson. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Yo, all day, baby, all day. 51's mic.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Jackson now. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Nice hit, boy. Got it. 51, Mike, 51. Here we go. Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's stopped right there. Hey, you got 3 down, 3 down. 51's the mic.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trevor Williams with a pick. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Darnold from the gun. Goes underneath for Bell. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Whitney merciless in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Now Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Well, throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. To throw on 2nd and 6, Darnold, a screen to Bell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Check, 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 check.
A first down throw, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Darnold now to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Garyon Conley. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
He finds Hopkins complete. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people...
And now here is another interception. Ronnie Johnson picks it, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start them out has them at the 45 already. To throw is Jackson. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check the backer, check the backer. Check it over. 51's the mic, 51's the mic. Danny. Under 10. 10. Look. Slam.
Now it's Jackson. On the move to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
51 the mic, boy. 51. Go.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They'll go again with Bell. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Check. Watch 54. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check. Go. Hatchet. Slam.
To throw again. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Bandit. Set, go. Mike 51. You can't block me. You can't block me. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike.
Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. He finds his target, Fuller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And Jackson throwing once more. He's got a man that's caught. Left sideline. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down 10 at the 10-yard line.
Let him know. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Buying time to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Off.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Nice, sweetheart. Hayward. 54, right there, right.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Anunwa again the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll run it with Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st down, Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. Darnold now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Bell running on 1st down, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Short. 51's the mic, 51's the mic. It's been a long day for you. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Jackson, gonna throw again.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Jackson on 3rd and long from his end zone. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he's able to get it out of there.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. I'm coming. Check. Crouch.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. So Houston.